Imagine a synth so ahead of its time that it changed electronic music forever. A synth that could shapeshift between digital precision and analog warmth, creating sounds no one had ever heard of before. That synth is the Waldorf Microwave, a true legend in the world of synthesis. But what made it so extraordinary, and why is it important for today, and how can you get your hands on one? That I will share with you in this video. Released in 1989, the Waldorf Microwave was like nothing else on the market. It wasn't just a synth, it was a revolution. This was the machine that brought wavetable synthesis into the mainstream, giving producers the power to craft evolving, otherworldly sounds that analog gear simply couldn't match. The microwave wasn't just powerful, it was a secret weapon for artists like Depeche Mode, 9 Inch Nails, and Tangerine Dream. And if you're a synthwave artist, you know how instrumental Tangerine Dream has been to the synthwave genre. Fast forward to today, the legendary sound of the Waldorf Microwave has been resurrected in the form of the Megawave plugin by IK Multimedia as part of their Syntronik 2 collection. So here we can see what the Megawave, which is an emulation of the microwave, looks like here inside of a DAW. And I I created an entire song just using this synth. So let's hear it real quick. So there you go. There is a quick preview of what this synth can do, and it sounds absolutely amazing. Before we dive into this awesome synth, I just want to let you know to watch all the way to the end because I have a free gift I want to give you. Here is what it looks like. You got your oscillator, your filter, your controls, and your modulation, and of course your envelopes over here. So right here you got your oscillator. You have oscillator 1, oscillator 2. There's also this edit panel here, so you can go in and kind of customize things in a little bit more detail. So you can see your oscillator 1 and 2 here, and up to 4 oscillators as well as sub oscillators. So you can come into here and you can like load up any kind of like waveform you want, a single oscillator or multi oscillator. So you can kind of see the different filters in here. So you got the Megawave Cosmic Goodsang, Megawave Cosmic Zither, Megawave Crisp Harp. So you can kind of see, you can kind of pick and choose the exact waveforms you want. And then you got all the different ways you can control those. You've got a modulation matrix. So this kind of takes the original hardware and gives you a whole lot more control and flexibility to create sounds that the original wasn't even capable of. And you also got this effects panel as well, which is unique here in Syntronik. So you can load up all kinds of different effects. So from dynamics and EQ to distortion, amps, modulation, reverb and delay, and filters. So if I was going to like replace this EQ here and go to filter, you can see the different filter types. And so say we go back to the panel here, so you can see M type, R type, C type, O type. These all refer to, I believe, different filter types from actual analog synths. So you kind of just have to test them out and hear how they sound. So real quick, let's just listen to this pad here. I'm using the Alpine Spa pad preset here, so if we can see the presets. And by the way, when you get Syntronik, you don't just get I mean, there's different versions. So if you get one of the lower priced options, then you get a limited version of these synths. There's also a free version of Syntronik as well, so you got a free version. I think you might have like some kind of base version, then there's the like full deluxe version, and then with the deluxe version, which is what I have, you get all of these different vintage synths, which is really awesome. But here's the Megawave here. So if we click on this, we see just the Megawave's presets. You can see all of them in here. And so we're using the Alpine Spa pad here. So let's give that a listen. I do have a some saturation on there, so I turn that off. Sounds really good. So let's mess around with some of these controls. We got tune here. So you can obviously change what actual is the pitch, the tune of it. Or just create cool effects. Or we can turn on oscillator 2 if we want. And then you can detune those oscillators. Then we have your filter. So right now it's on an M type. So what an R type sounds like. You can see the low pass filter. So that's turned off for this R type. You can do 24 dB per octave or 12. Looks like I'm not able to change that. So I guess some of these, okay, here we go. So we can change on the M type. We got a notch filter, that's kind of cool. High pass, band pass, and low pass. Different, how sharp the filter is cutting off. So what am I talking about here? So we're talking about like a filter like this. Right, so this would be a low pass filter, and then how many dBs per octave? That's just how sharply it's cutting off. So right now, this is what 24 dBs per octave looks like. That's 18, 12. So you can see, and then 6. So that's what we're just controlling with this dial here. And then, right, it can be, we can do a low pass filter, which is what this is. If we were to do high pass, then we're cutting out the lows, so it looks like this. And there's also a band pass filter. And so a band pass filter would be something like this, where it's cutting out the highs and the lows. Probably a little bit sharper, something like that. So that could be like a band pass. And then we have notch, which would be the inverse of this. So that would be like something like this, carving out a notch. So that's just visually what's going on with these different filters. C-type. O-type. Does give you a little different character that you can control. So that's just where the filter, how far the filter is coming over. How much of the frequencies are being cut off. So this would be really low, and then high would be like that. So low would be cutting all those high frequencies, and then that's letting them all through. We got resonance. It's just poking up like this. It's basically adding a little peak right before the cutoff is what the resonance is. Yeah, that sounds actually a really cool sound now that we've been messing around with this. Drive, that just adds some like saturation. Ooh. That actually sounds pretty cool now. So then we got our modulation here, so we can like modulate things if we wanted to. So what do we want to modulate? So we can modulate the cutoff, I believe. So we can do BPM sync, and let's do every like, I guess we'll do like every 1 bar here. And we want to do the filter. So now that will cause the filter to open and close, or open and close gradually over time. It's actually a little too fast. That's pretty cool. So it looks like you can delay it or like fade in. Now you can also modulate the pitch or the panning. So if we want to do the pitch as well. Move that off. And of course you got your filter envelope and your amp envelope. In controls, we can make it poly, mono, legato, 1 or 2. Add glide. Not really gonna hear that in this sound. Vibrato, bend. And of course all your different effects. So it's really cool and really powerful what you can do with this sound. So looking at some presets, I'm using the California Synth Bass preset here. Prussian Pluck. Digi-Saw Wavetable Lead. Hold on, the chorus here. Fast brass pad. And an ARP to this pluck, it's the Prussian pluck. Okay, 8-bit, 80s 8-bit bass. So if you're looking for a really cool vintage synth that came out from the late 80s and you don't want to have to spend thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars getting the actual hardware and you want to get a plug-in version, this is an awesome plug-in emulation of the original Waldorf Microwave, again used by artists like Depeche Mode, and one of their songs, I believe they use this on Enjoy the Silence, so really cool. I think that's one of their best songs. And as you can see, it's really easy to use and it sounds awesome. So if you want to grab this, I'll have a link in the description below, or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/Syntronik. That is my affiliate link, so I'll earn a small commission at no extra cost to you if you decide to purchase. But again, Syntronik also has a free version, so you can try out the free version. Obviously, you're limited on how many sounds you get, but you can try it out and see how you like it and see if it's something you might want to upgrade to. And if you stayed all the way to the end, or if you simply skipped to this part, I have a free gift for you, and it is my 80s vintage drum machine sample pack. You can grab that in the description below, or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/starter pack, and that has a bunch of awesome drum samples in it. But not only that, but it will also include links to a bunch of other amazing free stuff for you, including free Serum presets, free Vital presets, and more free stuff for creating 80s vintage electronic music. So be sure to check that out. Again, it's all completely free in the description below, or go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/starter pack. With that, if you want to learn how to create your own amazing 80s vintage synth presets, then check out my playlist on the screen right now, where you'll see a bunch of tutorials where I go through how to actually sound design your own awesome 80s sounds inside of a free synth called Vital. So check that out, and I'll see you over there.